Right, people, this is a bit of a different one that I got coming for you, okay? So I read a book the other day called The Perennial Seller, and it was probably the best book that I've read in a very long time. And do you know when you read something or you see something and you have like some aha moments, like everything makes sense, and you're like, fuck, like this is so obvious, it's been staring me in the face, but I've never thought about it or never realized it. There's loads of groundbreaking moments in this book, which is why I'm going to share it with you today. Okay, so The Perennial Seller by Ryan Holiday, absolutely sick book, 10 out of 10. And what it talks about is why do some brands, why do some creators, why do some pieces of art seem to stand the test of time? Like, why do they seem to continuously burn, to continuously get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and they're not like something that just comes around and then goes. Like, for example, the Hawk Turgel or Hayley Walsh, for example, she obviously blew up to fame. She's absolutely fucking massive, and then all of a sudden she just disappeared. Like, she was kind of gone, like here and then nowhere, versus another creator that seems to last for years and years and years and years, like a cancer. And this isn't just applicable to people online, like creators, famous people, quote unquote. This is applicable to anything. So whether you're designing a product, whether you've got a product, whether you've got a service, whether you've got you're a producer and you produce music, whether you've got a film, like anything that's created follows this same kind of framework in terms of longevity and being perennial, which is why I wanted to make this, because it's really, really cool. And the main reason I'm doing these podcasts again as well is that I'm keeping them on the DL. I'm not sharing them with anyone. I'm not putting it anywhere. But the main reason that I want to do these is to help me retain information better from books. So I stopped reading, and stopping reading had a massive impact on me mentally, who I was, who I thought I was, like the things that I just generally like a negative impact on me. So I used to read a book a week. I've gone back to 2 books a month, so a book every other week. And I thought, what a good way to stay accountable to it and retain the information that I've learned by making a podcast on the book that I've read, if it's worthy of it. So yeah, this week we're doing The Perennial Seller by Ryan Holiday. Super, super good, super, super sick. And I often get asked as well by people, like, how do you retain information from books? How do you remember what you've read? And before we get going, there's a couple of things that you can do, right? Number one is obviously highlight the books you go, highlight the key crucial pieces of information. Number two is going to be, and this is the most important one, I think, if you can, teach someone about the book. So the reason I'm doing this like now is I'm teaching you about the book. I'm teaching you about something that I've learned, which is going to, number one, you're going to benefit from it because you're going to learn something hopefully valuable. Number two, I'm going to retain that information better through teaching it. So speak to a friend about it, teach someone about it, record your own fucking podcast about it, even if no one listens to it. And then the third thing is take some notes. Like if you're watching this on YouTube, what I like to do is, as you can see at the front of the book, I'll take some notes on like the key parts that I want to remember, maybe exercises, things that kind of stick out to me that I want to actually like get from the book. Because I feel like as well, it's obviously you're not going to be able to recite a fucking book, but if you can remember 1 or 2 key bits of information from it and you're reading fairly regularly, that is going to benefit. That is going to be good. And I believe as well that you're going to absorb things slowly. You're going to, if you surround yourself with like really good books and you're reading all the time, even though you might not be able to recite the entire book or you feel like you've forgotten a lot of it, I do believe it's going to subconsciously rub off. But anyway, this is basically about this book of Ryan Holiday that's an absolute fucking banger. He did a few other ones as well. He's done The Obstacle is the Way and a book on Stoicism. What's it called? Ryan Holiday, something about Stoics. Can't fucking remember. It's a good book. But I feel like this one is like an undiscovered gem from him. So if you are a creator, if you want to create content online, if you want to create a product, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to sell anything online, if you're a musician, whatever it is, if you want to sell a product, if you have a personal brand, which should be absolutely everyone listening to this, like this book is for you. Like it's really, really worth going into and having a read, like beyond this podcast, just to kind of understand it. And the premise of the book is it talks about, We'll call it a product, okay? But a product, let's define a product as anything. A product could be your own personal brand. A product could be the YouTube videos that you make. A product could be the Instagram posts that you do. A product could be your TikTok account. A product could be a physical, actual product, or it could be a piece of art, like music that you make. But this book basically talks about the products that stand the test of time. They do so by being perennial, which basically means that I can't even remember the fucking exact, right, wait there. I'm going to find the exact definition of perennial. Perennial Define. Lasting or existing for a long or apparently infinite time, enduring or continually reoccurring. Yeah, so it basically talks about things, art, and products that are perennial. How do you get these perennial products? It's a good chance if you're listening to me right now, you've probably been following me for a fairly long period of time. Whether you like it or not, like I have a really fucking solid core audience. And I've done a lot of things right and I've done a lot of things wrong as well. But I think one of the things I've done right is be able to build up that really, really fucking strong core audience that I have with people that fuck with me and have fucked with me for years and years and years and years. And it just makes my life so much better in terms of strength of my personal brand. And with any kind of art or product, the thing that you want to do, and the reason that you're probably still following me right now, is two things. Number one is value, and number two is authenticity. You can tell if someone is full of fucking shit, right? Like, you can tell if someone is full of shit. I think too many guys go on social media and they try and pretend to be something that they're not, and people can tell. And the only people that can't tell are autistic fucking retards that can't get like basic social cues. And then saying this, I'm like instantly cancelled. Oh, well. So it's a beautiful day and age. The word retard is coming back, and fucking damn right should be. Anyway, so I feel like the only people that are going to follow you if you're inauthentic are people that aren't able to tell that you're inauthentic, which are going to be fucking morons, effectively. So two things you want to do is, number one, with whatever you're creating, whatever you're doing, be authentic, be your authentic self, create something that you fucking believe in and create something that you fucking love. And then number two is provide some kind of value. Like, ask yourself, what kind of value are you providing? With this podcast, okay, I'm not doing this as a business model at all. Like, the only reason I'm doing this podcast, like I said, is purely to retain information from the books. If you can get value from it, sick. And also, I think it improves my speaking as well. So I listen to these back and I listen to, okay, like I should stop using so many filler words. I should slow down. I should let my voice relax a little bit and not stress so much about recording a podcast. And it makes me a better communicator. But if I kind of look at it, if I was looking at it from I'm always get these mixed up, and objective point of view, then okay, the value from the podcast is I'm teaching you about books. I'm giving you information. I'm teaching you about stuff that has improved my life, that is gonna give you value. I'm authentic. I am myself. This is how I fucking am, albeit I'm a little bit more serious than I normally would be. But there's nothing wrong with trying to strive to be more. So authentic, value, bosh, which is probably why you're listening to this podcast right now. And you can apply that to your own shit, man. Like, whatever it is, like I said, going back to the personal brand thing, I really do believe that every single person should have a personal brand. And what is a personal brand? It's just something on social media where you're presenting yourself in a certain way, where you're able to showcase what you're doing, where you're able to look a certain way, where you're able to connect with like-minded individuals. And having a strong personal brand, like people that follow you, people that care for you, people that fuck with your stuff, is literal steroids for your life. Like, it is steroids for your life. I can release a product. I could release a computer keyboard, right? And I don't even fucking I don't even make any content on computer keyboards, obviously. But I could release a computer keyboard and people are going to buy it because they trust me and they know that I'm not going to fucking rip them off. If I say it's good, it's going to be good. I have that strong personal brand. I could release a coaching package on something completely like out there and different. Like, it gives you leverage. It gives you the ability to launch things and just like instantly get results or have an audience instantly there waiting for you when you have that personal brand. So that's why I think it's so important, man. A few other things that I've highlighted in this book which are really, really big one, are like, if you want to succeed with art or being creative or launching something, you need to want it so fucking badly. You have no other option but for this thing to succeed. Like, this thing is gonna fucking work no matter what. And a reoccurring theme with things that are perennial, that last like the test of time, is they often get off to a slow start. So things often take a while to get going. It's like think of a fire, right? You have two fires. You have one fire, there's like the same amount of wood on the ground for two fires. On the left, you've got a little pile of wood. On the right, you've got a little pile of wood. On the left is a flame the size of a candle burning in the middle of that fire. On the right, the flame is like a roaring fucking crazy fire. Which one do you think is going to last the longest? Which ones do you think is gonna stand the test of time and not burn out straight away? And the kind of same analogy is with creative endeavors. Like, they quite often get off to a slow start. So don't be discouraged if things are going slowly. If you're doing something that you believe in and that you you know provides value and it's authentically something that you want to do, it's ultimately gonna fucking work. So you need just to want it so bad that you have no other option. And then the other thing is you need a clear why as well. Like, why are you doing this thing? Why are you creating this thing? Why? Like, why are you doing it? And you need to be able to write that down. And I think without a why, it's kind of you're directionless. Like a ship with no, what is it? A ship with no, there's some metaphor about a ship sailing in the sea, which I can't remember. Ship with no something. It's about a compass or a sail. I can't fucking remember. You probably know it. Anyway, other bits are going to be, so it's very easy to get caught up in copying what other people are doing as well. And there's this idea, right, that nothing is original. There is no original art because everything is stolen, or everything is stolen to an extent. And I'm all about drawing inspiration from other people and like seeing what other people are doing and building what they're doing and getting inspired by other people and inspired by other content. But you've got to not get caught up in trends, and you've got to be able to ignore trends and ignore the noise and ignore what other people are doing. So you want to create something that's authentic, that you truly believe in, not creating something that everyone else is creating. Like, for example, I think of on social media, I think of the recent morning routine things. Like if you spent any time on Instagram or TikTok or fucking anywhere, you know, the aesthetic black dude that does like the 3 a.m. morning routine where he puts his face into the ice and then it's like 4 a.m. and he reads the Bible and then he goes and sprints outside in slow motion with his G-Wagon and fucking dogs. You know the dude? And then everyone started like replicating that. And it was like one person made a parody of it and then another person made a parody of it. And it was like 100 fucking carbon copies of the same shit. Like people just like they're like fucking gagging for likes, like doing anything they can to like get likes and interaction and followers. And I think it's kind of pathetic. Just jumping on shit for the sake of jumping on it is not authentic. What value does it give to the world? Like what does that fucking achieve? So I feel like the people that are actually going to last the test of time and stand the test of time in those products, they kind of ignore those things and they have a purpose, they have a mission, and then they do the things that they truly care about and they truly believe in, even if other people aren't immediately fucking with it and it isn't getting loads of traction, because they know that the one or two people that are, is going to be valuable to them. How do you find your audience then? Like, how do you find an audience? And I've got here creating something new and unique with purpose. So the best way to find, okay, who am I creating for? Like, what is this thing that I'm creating? Like, who is it going to be for? And rather than thinking of like, okay, a broad kind of general audience, like I'm making a fitness plan for people, for men that go to the gym. Like, yeah, that's really good. Rather than thinking broad, try and think of one specific person. Like try and close your eyes and meditate and be like, okay, this thing that I want to create, my whatever it is going to be for this one specific person. So I'm going to create a fitness program for men between the ages of 21 and 25 who struggle with adherence, who struggle with binge eating, who go to the gym a few times a week. They kind of know what to do. They've got some training experience under their belt, but they lack accountability, guidance, and they often start off to a strong start, but then no matter what they do, they eventually fall off the wagon and go back to old habits and fuck up their diet. Like, try and be specific about, okay, who exactly is it that you're creating a product for or marketing this thing towards? So for example, with this podcast, like I said, although I don't strategize this in any way whatsoever, I don't plan anything. If I was to plan this podcast, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to aim this podcast at men aged probably 18 to 25 years old. I'd say it's probably quite a good age group because you're not really sure what you're doing. Obviously, there's a lot of uncertainty in your life around there. People that want help with self-improvement, maybe they like reading books, they want to start reading books but haven't started reading books, they're interested in it, they feel like they haven't reached their full potential yet, they want to improve, they want their life to amount to something better than it currently is now, and I'm going to help them do that and help them build their mindset, build up mentally, physically. Like that's kind of the way that you can do things. Think of a single person versus thinking of like some super broad generic audience. I could label this avatar like James, he's 21 years old, blah blah. But yeah, don't be tempted by the easy path already walked. I think that's something I need to remember as well. Like obviously I've experimented with a lot of content, like especially on YouTube, and it's only recently that I've started to be able to blow up videos like really quite well. I feel like the path less walked and the authentic one is the one that's going to pay off the most long term. And an example in the book that Ryan Holiday likes to use a lot is Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden have been around since the 70s. I'm not an avid Iron Maiden fan. I'm not entirely sure, but they have continuously grown and grown and grown and grown, and like 30, 40 years later they still sell out fucking stadiums. But it wasn't always like that. Like they started obviously playing in smaller bars and smaller clubs, pubs, whatever you want to fucking call it, and they're probably perceived as being a bit weird. They didn't really have much of a following. The music was probably too heavy. A lot of people probably didn't enjoy it, but they stayed true to what they believed in. And then from there it was this compounding effect because they were authentic and stayed true to their mission and made music that they fucked with. And then eventually it had this compounding effect over time versus someone like let's say like a pop star that you'll hear in the radio right now. Like, yeah, you're going to hear it on the radio. It's going to be there for a few days and then no one's going to fucking remember it. No one's going to ever, in 30 years time, that song's going to be down the fucking drain. Like it's not even going to be, no one alive is going to, well, actually, I hope I'm still going to be alive in 30 years. I basically, what I'm trying to say is all these like generic copy and paste songs, for example, they're going to be forgotten. Whereas if you want to make work that actually stands the test of time and actually lasts, ignore the trends, ignore pumping out shit, and then just create something that authentic that you truly, truly believe in. Don't walk along the path that's already walked. True art of success is from uniqueness. That's what I've got written here. Another good one is, and this is something that I've done as well, and I know Hamza does this quite well. Good old Hamza is strive to be hated. And I don't mean strive to be hated by everyone, but strive to be polarizing. So I know that Hamza does this a lot with his content. And he actually told me this, and that is deliberately be polarizing in what you say. So by being polarizing, you're obviously, people aren't going to like you, but it doesn't fucking matter. We naturally want to be liked by everyone. I feel like we have this it doesn't feel nice not to be liked, but you got to realize as well, if you try and cater to everyone and if you try and be liked by everyone, then you're just going to be like this fucking kind of like like 4 out of 10. Like you're not, and you're never going to build that strong connection. Don't be afraid to be polarizing. Don't be afraid to make people not like you, to speak about what you believe in and what you don't fucking believe in. Because the best way to think of it is that the people that fuck with you are going to fuck with you even more if you speak your truth. The people that don't fuck with you, or maybe just kind of fuck with you, they're never going to fuck with you anyway. They're never going to buy your products. They're never going to be in your inner circle. They're just going to kind of always watch from the outskirts. They're never going to give you anything or bring anything to the table. So if you say something polarizing that those people don't like, and they're like, oh, you said that, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Because that's not your tribe. That's not your audience. That's not your gang. Like no one should fuck them. So I say like looking for hate is actually a really good way to kind of gauge how well something is doing, because what have they got written here? Because hate is an indicator that you're making noise and pushing a boundary. And by pushing a boundary, you're doing something new. You're doing something novel. You're doing something polarizing. It's like, be passionate, fuck the haters. Andrew Tate, for example, like obviously that man is incredibly hated. He's also incredibly loved and incredibly successful. He is the prime example of this like polarizing figure. And whether or not you like him or hate him, I think it's kind of funny. He does it deliberately. Like he says the shit he says deliberately to piss people off. And the majority of the people that hate him, or pretty much all the people that hate him, are not going to be his audience that he markets towards anyway. They're never going to be someone that buys his shit or is going to be in his kind of circle. It's always going to be, let's say, some like middle-aged mum or someone a little bit older or someone like that's not in his demographic that are going to be the people that fucking hate him. And I say as well, so the point I was trying to make, I use hate as an indicator for how well something's going to do. So I can tell straight away on TikTok if something's going to go viral by the hate comments. As soon as I start to get hate comments, I know that something is about to go viral. And the reason for that is because it's showing the content to new audiences. Same thing with YouTube. I know something is going to blow up on YouTube when I start to get hate comments. So look for hate, strive to be hated in a way. Look for some polarization with your product, whatever it is that you're creating, whether it's a personal brand, whether it's your product, and yeah, that is it's kind of a good indicator. So do really look for that. Other thing is that creatives do like really, really well is we find false positives in things. So we often think an idea is really, really good, but it's actually shit, which is going to be a false positive. So, for example, if you want to write a book, right, you shouldn't just write a book. A book should be an article before it's a book. So you should write an article first. And if that article gets good success, or if you write a blog, or if you have an email list, then maybe you should consider writing a book. But use things further down the line as a bit of a litmus test. Like ask people, ask friends, ask your followers, ask whatever it is if they think this product's good, if they think this thing is good. Just look out for false positives, because it's very easy to be overly optimistic about this brilliant idea or this thing that you're creating, when in reality it might not actually be that good. So yeah, you need mentors and people in your life that can kind of tell you, okay, yeah, this is good, you should do this, you shouldn't do this, yada 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 yada. So designing your product, okay, or designing your thing, your art, creating your creative endeavor, you should ask yourself 6 questions. Whether that's, like I said, whether that's a product or whether it's art. Whenever creating something, you should ask, what does this teach? What does this solve? How am I entertaining? What am I giving? What are we offering? And what are we sharing? In short, what are these people going to be paying for? If you don't know, if the answer isn't overwhelming, then keep thinking. Like you haven't got something that's going to work or that isn't groundbreaking. Because at the end of the day, you're competing with everyone else. Like you're competing with everyone else in the space. And that's the thing with copy and pasting content, for example, like copy and pasting content or stealing ideas from other people that have already been done, or not having something unique, and you're not being afraid to push boundaries, is you're competing with every single fucking person that has had this same idea and is already established. So you're obviously going to fucking fail. So that's why like you can use uniqueness and authenticity as leverage to actually make this thing that you're doing work. So I would use this kind of same framework for a YouTube video, for example. Like if I create something, like what are these people going to be paying for? Obviously, no one's paying for anything on a YouTube video, but what is someone that's watching a video going to be getting out of it? So for example, I thought about my Muay Thai video that I did recently. It's done really well. I think it's over 100K now. And I deliberately went into this with this kind of framework. So what does the video teach? What does it solve? It shows people who maybe lack purpose. They want to try something new. They maybe want to go to Thailand to try Muay Thai. It shows them what it's like. It shows them that you can do it. It teaches them that it's possible to go on your own. It shows them the problem of not knowing where to go, what to do, what to bring, how to train. And it answers that questions, or at least some of the questions anyway. There's an exercise and it's called 1 sentence, 1 paragraph, 1 page. And I quite like this. I wrote this down, I highlighted this. Basically, what you want to do is you want to get a piece of pen and paper and you want to write down exactly what your project or product or whatever it is supposed to do in 1 sentence, in 1 paragraph, and in 1 page. So you say for the 1 sentence, this is a blank that does blank. This helps people blank. In what way? So 1 sentence. Well, it's a little bit more than 1 sentence. Basically explain what it does, what is it, and how it helps people. And then you elaborate on that in 1 paragraph and then in 1 page. And you should be able to do this with anything, like anything that you're doing. Like I do this with YouTube videos, for example, not in this specific way, but I will go into making a YouTube video, like especially the videos that do well. So for example, my Muay Thai video with this kind of like, okay, like who's going to be watching this? What is it going to do? What is the purpose of this content? What is the aim? Like, what is the goal of this content? And I think my Muay Thai one has done really well. It's currently on 100,000 or passing 100,000 views. And it's a really, really good response. And I was like, okay, I want to make a video about training Muay Thai in Thailand. It's going to show the struggles of training Muay Thai in Thailand. It's going to be aimed at someone in their 20s, maybe 20 to 30 years old who hasn't done Muay Thai before, who wants to go to Thailand, who wants to experience it, who wants to give it a try, who wants to give it a go and doesn't know what to expect. So I made a video on that. I kind of told the story of my experience there, and yeah, just basically thought about what's it doing, who's it for, and what is its purpose. So an unaimed arrow rarely hits its target. I think that's a good one to remember. So you've got to have some kind of direction with what it is that you're doing. And then other bits as well, in terms of building a strong audience connection, like try and think specific. Specific's always going to be the best way to think of things. So stay authentic, stay with that core target audience, that one person, that specific audience that you want to lean in towards. And I thought this is something I've thought about a lot recently, because I've always struggled to find my niche. Like, what is my niche? Like, what do I do? Who am I? Like, who do I market to? I think that's a really something that everyone's going to tell you. Like, know your niche. It's really, really important. And I think everyone online just overcomplicates it. At the end of the day, like, your niche is you. Like, your niche is people that are similar to you. Maybe it's you right now. Maybe it's someone that's a few steps behind you, like a few years younger than you. But your niche is you. And that's who you're going to be able to relate to the most emotionally, people with similar problems, people that have been through similar stuff in life, people that you have the solution or people that you have the solution to their problems for, because you've been through all that same fucking shit. So like, if you stay authentic to like what you believe in and helping people, then you'll build a really strong connection with that core audience. And then over time, through just authenticity and value, that will eventually radiate out to other people as well in this kind of like slow burning effect. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the key parts that I've got from this book, or the key takeaways from it. Perennial Seller, Ryan Holiday, absolute banger. Give it a read, give it a go. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Really, really good book. If you want to get a full book list, you can go to mo-samuels.com/books, and you'll get my book list. I finally got around to doing it. 29 of my favorite books. All the links are in there as well to all the books. Or I'll put that in my Instagram bio. Don't put www at the start, because I haven't set up the domain properly. So if you put www.mo-samuels.com in, it doesn't actually work. So you've got to do the /. You've got to do no www. Kind of annoying. I'll fix it at some point. And yeah, man, that's pretty much that. But absolute banger. Get onto my email list if you want to get involved. Other thing as well that I'm going to kind of mention here, just to put it out into the world to make me do it, is I have a community coming as well very, very soon. This is something I've been working on. Well, I say, not directly working on, but has been in the works for fucking years. OGs will remember RET, the membership site that we had during COVID. Myself, my friend Alex, my friend Tom, we had this membership site. We are up to 300 members, I think. And basically, it was fucking amazing. Like, I meet people now that come to me and they're like, oh, it wasn't the biggest network community in the world, but people will come to me now and be like, oh, I remember RET. It changed my life. My videographer actually admitted to me the other day. He was like, yeah, I was in RET. My business partner I met from RET. I still got like 5 friends from there, even though it was so many years ago. And I'm bringing back a community, something similar, a network for like-minded individuals who want to lift each other up, who want to be motivated, who want to be inspired by others, who want to go on these community trips, who want to be in a circle and be in a network of other driven, motivated people, and to escape kind of that pulling down, or that negative effect that you get when you're trying to improve yourself and you just don't have that social circle or network immediately around you. So yeah, more to come on that. I should probably put make a page for it, like a sign up page. If you check out my Instagram, I might put something in there. But if you get on that book list as well, I will send you on the early access list for that when that is all sorted out and launched. But loads of shit. So I've got this skydiving course coming up over the next few weeks, which is going to be tied into that. So I want to do more trips like skydiving, Muay Thai trips, all of this kind of cool shit, and just get people from all across the world, people that don't necessarily have that social circle around them, that don't have that like solid network around them, and bring them together, do these crazy sick trips. And yeah, I won't sell it too much now, but it's out in the world now anyway. Any questions, people? Drop me a message on Instagram. Anything you need, drop me a message on Instagram. I try and get back to absolutely anyone. And peace out, loves of bits. Thank you. Good night.